Okay, tomorrow, we're actually, now tomorrow in lesson 7, we're going to be rounding a given decimal to the place using place value understanding and a vertical number line. Now this is probably a little different than what you've seen before with horizontal ones, but the vertical number line is usually a little easier for students to actually see. Okay, I know this problem has already been done for you, but I'm going to change the problem just a little bit too, so it'll make a little more sense. I'm going to take 4 3/10. I'm going to make it 4 32 hundredths. So it's asking us to go ahead and round them to the given positions. Well, this is 4 32 hundredths, and I'm looking to go to the hundredths. So on the bottom of my line, it's always going to start with what I have. That's 4 32 hundredths. Now, it's wanting to know the hundredths, so the digit 2 is in the hundredths position. So I'm going to come up to the top, and it's going to be 4 33 hundredths, exactly one more. Okay. Now, anytime you have a whole number, you go even 10, you go 0 to 10. Right in the center is always 5, and that's where it's always going to be for these numbers. So we're going to end up with, right in the center would be 4, 32, and 5. So we end up with 4 325 thousandths. So we're looking at the thousandths to determine where we're going to round this to. Now, if we look at this number, 4 32 hundredths, and I'm still going to change that a little bit. I'm going to change it to 3 so you can see it. If I look at this, 432, 434 and 325, 4 and 323, if I put a dot on my line, it's going to be roughly right about here. So we can see with the old saying, if it's 5 and above, give it a shove, you'd go up. 4 below, 4 or less, give it a rest. So we're going to take this number here, and we would take it down to 4 32 hundredths. Now, when we're going to tenths, we're going to start off, we're going to look at this number and worry about the tenths. The tenths is in the 3 position. So I'm going 4 3/10. The top is always going to be 1 more tenths. So it'll be 4 4/10. Once again, right in the center, you're going to have, starting from the bottom, you got 4 3/10, but it has to actually be 35 hundredths. So now we take our number, and we see 4 32 would be right about here. So once again, 4 or less, give it a rest, we will be rounding to 4 3/10. The last one, we're going to whole numbers. So if I have 4 here, that's my whole number, one more whole number would be 5. Right in the center, it's going to be 4 5/10. Now I'm looking at this 4 3/10, so 4 3/10 would be roughly right about here again. And it's 4 or less, we're going to give it a rest, and we would round to 4. So as far as this goes, we know that it will be 4 32 hundredths to the hundredth. It would end up being 4 3/10 to the tenths. And we would end up with 4 to the ones. Next one says, on a Major League Baseball diamond, the distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate is 18 386 thousandths meters. Round this number to the nearest hundredth of a meter. use a number line to show your work. So I've imported a number line here, and it's saying to the hundredths. So I'm looking at right here, the 8 is in the hundredths place. So I'm put down here, I'm going to put 18 and 38 hundredths. I'm going to increase by 1/100th for the top of my line and make it 39 hundredths. Right in between is going to be that 5, so I know it's 18,385 hundredths. And you can see that because even if I put zeros on the end of it, you would see that'd be 380, 385, 390. Okay. Now, we're coming back and it says we are at 18 and 3/8. So 18 and 3/8 with 6 would be roughly right here. So rounding to the nearest hundredths, we would go up because we're 5 and above. So there's our answer. So the distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate rounded to the nearest hundredth is 18 and 39 hundredths. Remember, I put that 0 in there just so you can see the 5 relationship. All right. Hope you master this. This is another one of those skills that some students have a hard time to when it comes to rounding decimals. We'll see you tomorrow.